Everyone knows Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, and Judy Garland died young, but almost nobody knows the actual details, the hours before, the mistakes made, the cover-ups that followed. This is the real story. Marilyn Monroe, the most famous woman who ever lived, found dead August 4th, 1962, just 36 years old. Official verdict: barbiturate overdose, probable suicide. But nothing that night added up. Her housekeeper changed her story 3 times. Phone records vanished. The timeline had gaps nobody could ever explain. And here's the dark part. Marilyn had been linked to both President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert Kennedy. She knew things. She kept personal diaries. Those diaries were never found. Some FBI files on Marilyn Monroe are still classified today. Suicide, accident, something else. Nobody knows for sure. But this we do know. Hollywood turned her into a product. And the moment she demanded basic respect, she became inconvenient. She wasn't just a woman who died young. She was a woman never truly allowed to live. James Dean. 3 films. That's all James Dean ever made, and he became one of the most iconic humans who ever lived. September 30th, 1955. Driving his Porsche 550 Spider, a car turned into his path. Dead almost instantly. Age 24. He called that Porsche Little Bastard, and it seemed to carry something dark with it. The wreckage was sold for parts. The engine went into another car. That car crashed and killed its driver. The drive shaft went into a second car. That one crashed too. The shell fell off its display mount twice, injuring people both times. Eventually, the remains of Little Bastard simply disappeared. Nobody knows where that car is today. Rebel, Without a Cause, and Giant were both released after he died. He became a legend, without ever seeing it happen. Judy Garland, the voice behind Over the Rainbow, died June 22nd, 1969, accidental overdose, age 47. But her death didn't start in 1969. It started at age 16. MGM said their young star was too chubby for the camera, so they put her on a diet, then amphetamines by day to kill her appetite, barbiturates by night to sleep. A child, fed addictive drugs to control her body. That addiction followed her for life. Anxiety, depression, suicide attempts, 5 marriages, financial ruin. She died alone in a London bathroom, found by her 5th husband. The studio built the cage, then acted confused when she couldn't find the door. Clark Gable Hollywood called him the King. In 1960, at 59, he took one final film, The Misfits, alongside Marilyn Monroe. The Nevada desert shoot was brutal. Over 100 degrees. Gable insisted on doing his own stunts, wrestling horses in the heat. 2 days after filming Wrapped, he had a massive heart attack. Died November 16th, 1960. His wife was pregnant. Their son was born 4 months later. The King of Hollywood never met the only child he'd ever have, Vivien Leigh, Scarlett O'Hara, Blanche Dubois, 2 of the greatest performances in film history. People thought she was acting. She wasn't. Not entirely. Vivien Leigh had severe bipolar disorder, in an era with no real understanding of it. Just difficult, unstable, manic phases for days without sleep, crashes so dark she could barely move, institutionalized, electroconvulsive therapy. Her marriage to Laurence Olivier collapsed under the weight of it. July 8, 1967, found on her London apartment floor. Tuberculosis, fought quietly for years. She was 53. Scarlett O'Hara said tomorrow is another day. For Vivien Leigh, tomorrow ran out. Montgomery Clift before Brando. Before James Dean, there was Montgomery Clift, the original method actor, with a face like carved marble. May 12, 1956, leaving Elizabeth Taylor's dinner party, his car slammed into a telephone pole. Taylor herself pulled 2 teeth from his throat with her bare hands to save his life. But the face that came out of that wreck was never the same, and something inside him broke with it. He was already struggling, with his sexuality in an era that could destroy him for it, with anxiety, with never belonging. After the crash, he disappeared into alcohol and painkillers. Friends called it The longest suicide in Hollywood history. July 22, 1966. His assistant found him dead. Heart attack, age 45, alone in the house. The man who inspired James Dean, the most beautiful face Hollywood ever produced, died alone, in the dark. 6 legends, 6 different tragedies. One same pattern. Hollywood gave them the world, and took everything else in return. If this story hit you, hit subscribe, because next time, we're uncovering more of Hollywood's darkest secrets.